Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism, and this video is going to be about several mind games that narcissistic people tend to play if you try to end the relationship with them and they haven't got a new source of supply to go to. So one of the first things that a narcissistic person might do at the end of a relationship is fight against the end of the relationship. Now, as we all know, when you are in a relationship with someone and you have plans with someone and they come and tell you that it's over, it's devastating, and it can send you into that grief and it can send you into that denial, and you can fight against it. However, you're not fighting against it to exploit the other person. You're doing it because you care about the other person and you want a life with that other person. When it comes to a narcissistic person, they're fighting against it because they want to pull you back in just long enough so that they can then find a way to punish you for daring to think about ending it with them. They might go all out to start guilt tripping you into staying. They're going to come out with all the pity plays of how they're nothing without you, how they'll be lost without you, to make you feel bad for leaving them. And any relationship breakdown is hard and it's tough, and when you've spent time with a genuine person and it's just no longer working, it is heartbreaking. And we can say these things and other people can say these things to us through genuine intentions, not to manipulate them, because we're grieving the loss of a relationship that's just not what it was anymore, and we've got to find a way to move on. With a narcissistic person, they use a lot of guilt during the relationship, and they're going to use it when they think you're going to end the relationship if they haven't got a new source of supply lined up, because they want to keep you where they want you just long enough until they can find somebody to replace you. Promises of change. Now, in a genuine relationship, when things are breaking down, yes, potentially there can be areas to work on where you need to change, but you need to grow and change together. When it comes to a narcissistic person, they will have repeatedly lied to you, cheated on you, psychologically or physically hurt you, manipulated you, abused you, and they will claim that they will never hurt you again, and then they go right ahead and hurt you again. The first time someone does something to us, that is our warning. We can forgive them and give them another chance. However, if they use that as an opportunity to do the same thing again, that is our lesson, that is who they are as a person. And if we give them a third chance, they're just going to take advantage of our forgiveness and treat us worse. That's when you have to recognize who they are as a person and step away from that person. Forgiveness then is for you. You can forgive them from a distance and not forget. You can forgive and forget and just move them out of your life, just stay out of their life. You can forgive yourself for giving them that chance. You can remember how toxic they are and not forgive them and use that as a driving force to stay away from them. It's up to you. It's your life. You lived it. So how you process that is on you. However, when someone keeps coming back to promise change, and then as soon as they've got you back, their behavior gets worse, they use that promise to manipulate you into staying with them. Faking an emergency or a crisis or an illness, or they'll unalive themselves, faking things to, again, sort of play on your guilt and your compassion. So if they suddenly developed a sudden sickness, an illness that they're not going to survive, you are going to want to go back and support them because you care about them. Only a narcissistic person, some of them are very good at making up hospital appointments and things they're not even doing, or claiming that a family member is ill and they've got a sickness, they've got an illness that's terminal, to pull you back into their games. And they can play these games out for as long as they so wish to do so. And it's only later on that the illness is no longer terminal and there's a magical recovery, which we know can happen in life, that we realise that they duped us. Narcissistic people will provoke jealousy within you. They're looking for that replacement so they can punish you and so they can gain attention from elsewhere. And if they can use that replacement to provoke feelings of jealousy within you to get you to react out, so it matches the story they're telling others about you and they're smearing your name, claiming that you're the bitter one, you're the jealous one. So whenever you stand your ground against them, it looks like you're the one who is the toxic one. So a narcissistic person will go all out to create those feelings of jealousy within you, because once they can control your emotions, it's easier for them to emotionally manipulate you, which is why when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, as challenging it as it is, you have to learn to take your emotions out of the conversation. They're going to blame you for everything. Narcissistic people don't do responsibility. Instead, they pass the blame so that they don't have to feel ashamed of what they've done or how they've treated somebody, because they scapegoat somebody else into taking the fall for the narcissist's own behaviour. So they go all around blaming you as to why the relationship fell apart, and they're going to not take any form of responsibility. What you'll often find is the genuine party usually says, if I hadn't have done this, if I'd have just done more of that, if I'd have been there for them, if I had. Whereas the narcissistic person turns around and claims that they weren't there for me. You were never there for me. If you hadn't. So the narcissistic person shifts all the blame onto the innocent person, the victim, the target, while the target is the one that's taking all the blame and responsibility and ruminating of how they could have perhaps done something different. And that person that's taking responsibility is actually a lot wiser in one sense, because they're actually thinking things to figure things out, to work things out, to self-improve. Narcissistic people aren't looking to improve themselves. They're looking to improve their manipulation so that they can easily get one over on somebody. And they will often stalk. This is why not all, but a lot of narcissistic people in an intimate relationship will move on with a family member, a friend, a neighbour, because it enables the narcissist to stalk the person. However, if you try to speak out about the narcissist moving in next door to you, or starting a relationship with your best friend in that same circle, the narcissist can again provoke those feelings of jealousy and accuse you of being the bitter one, the jealous one. Even if you're not jealous, even if you've finally had enough, they're going to claim you're jealous every time you try to speak out about what happened. And when we keep things bottled up, we can't figure things out. So you need to find one person to confide in. And don't tell the whole world, just tell one person. And it is very difficult when you're not sure on who to trust. You have to learn to trust within yourself. So writing it out can actually help. And once they have started stalking you, they're going to smear your name. They're going to claim that you are the one with the issues. You're the one with the gambling issues. You're the one with the addictions to porn or to gambling or to alcohol or to drugs. They're going to claim that you are the one that has addictions. Now, we can all develop addictions throughout our lives. However, the narcissistic person is usually claiming that you have the addictions that the actual narcissistic person has. However, they'll be downplaying all of theirs. And some narcissistic people will get you hooked on things. Through the anxiety and the stress, it's easy to become addicted to substances. You'll often find it's easier to lose those addictions once you break free from the relationship. And then they go all out to seek revenge, because narcissistic people don't like it when people dare to stand up to them. It questions their sense of superiority. Their egos hurt, they believe you've got one over on them, so that they seek to find a way to punish you, which is when they can escalate their smear campaigns to the point where they come after your career, they come after your family. They go all out to ruin your reputation and ruin your credibility so that they can keep theirs intact, and so that people question you and not the ways in which they've treated you. If anyone has any other examples of how a narcissistic person reacts when you want to end the relationship with them, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.